Luke with Hamilton RV. I'll be doing a demo of the 212 RB Sunset Trail. Starting right here, this is actually the switch here for your stabilizing jacks. Them are only meant for stability, them are not meant to level off of. When you level this unit, you use your wheels for your side-to-side leveling, but laying blocking down on whatever side is low and backing onto that blocking to get your side-to-side level. Once you're level side-to-side, you'll disconnect your tow vehicle, use your tongue jack, get your front to back level. Once that's set, then these stabilizing jacks go down just to stabilize this camper from rocking and shaking. This here, I believe, is the Key TV setup. Can be your main feeds for cable satellite. You should get on your roof 3 times a season to inspect anything that comes through the roof. You got what's called Dicor around all the plumbing vents, anything that comes through that roof. Over time, that sealant on that roof is going to get hard. As this travels, it's rocking and flex, and eventually it'll crack open. When that happens, clean it with an all-purpose cleaner, let it dry good, and then reapply that Dicor product right back over top of the old stuff. It'll self-level and fill them holes and voids in. It's also pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera. That's that black housing you see right there. Backup cameras are nice. They're an observation camera, so as you travel down the road, them cameras are on, so you can see what's going on behind you. They also have audio on them, so when you're backing into your campsite, somebody can talk to you and guide you into the campsite through that camera. They also make side marker cameras now that once you get the backup camera, you can add side cameras too, so you can see while you're traveling down the road on the sides of you when you go to pass it, switch lanes, whatever. Just an option. This unit has a 30 amp power supply. You get roughly 25 to 30 foot power cord with them. I always recommend extra cord. You can't go wrong being able to plug these things in. Something else I'd always recommend is a surge protector. Protecting your whole camper from any kind of power surge is a great idea as well. And there's lots of different models of surge protection, so if that's something you guys are interested in hearing more about, just let me know and I can go over it with you. Spray port, this is going to be just a cold line. It's like a garden hose for the outside of your camper, basically. You got a blue curly hose and a plug into that. Black and your gray tanks are back here. Black is on the right, gray is on the left. You always dump the black tank first, right? So when you get to the dump station, you're going to hook your sewer hose up, and I always recommend a clear fitting on your sewer hose. You're going to pull that black handle, let it empty. Once that tank empties, you're going to come up to the front here, inside this cubby, and you have what's called a tank flush valve. That caution sign right there, that black, this guy right here, it's a tank flush valve. So basically what's going to happen is you got the tank empty, you're going to take out the garden hose at the dump station that you don't use to rinse everything out, you're going to hook it to that port and you're going to turn that on. You got a sprayer inside your black tank here that's going to spray and rinse that tank out for you. Run that till you got clean water coming through your sewer hose. Once that's achieved, you'll close the black valve off and you'll open up your gray tank and just empty your gray tank afterwards. Slide outs here, you do got rubber bulb seals and a sweep seal. I always recommend the spray and conditioner. It'll clean, condition, and put a UV protection on them seals to protect them from the sun's rays from drying out and cracking. Slide covers are always something that's a great investment. Keeps all the debris off that roof, so any leaves, sticks, nuts that may fall on that while you're camping, you got to make sure that you get up there every time and make sure there's nothing that's going to slide through the seals here and tear them up. That's where slide covers are nice, because that awning that goes on over top of that goes in and out with the room as it goes in or goes out with it. That'll roll any debris that may have fallen on that off the roof, where without a slide cover you got to get up there every time and sweep it off. This unit, freshwater fill, so if you're going to rust a camp or go to a state park, you'll fill this tank, run off your on-demand pump. City water connection down here. If they have water on site, you're going to run off the water pressure that they provide in the park. I always recommend a water pressure regulator on them. And then the drain for this tank here is actually this quick drain you see here. It's that white gate valve right there. This here is that blue curly hose we were just talking about in the back. It's a spray port hose. This unit does come with a battery disconnect switch here. This will disconnect the battery from the camper so that your camper don't drain your battery dead in between camping trips. Because anytime you leave it sit, you get about 3-4 days, that battery will die all by itself. There's things inside here that it just has a draw on that battery. So if you don't disconnect it, it will kill your battery in a short amount of time. You got two 20-pound propane cylinders here, regulator here. This will switch from tank to tank. Whichever side this is pointing at, the side you're pulling from. Now then will auto switch as well, and all that means is if both tanks are open, it's going to draw from whatever side it's pointing at. Once this tank empties, it automatically starts pulling off the other tank. Downfall to that is you don't know when you're running out of gas, so I always recommend, disconnect or leave one closed and open one. Run one tank at a time. This rubber cap on the tongue jack will come out. It allows you to manually crank this jack up and down. Docking light, up, down. Down switch here. This is your light switch. So this unit has its power cords right here. You got two crank handles, the little silver one you see right here. This one's going to be for the tongue jack. That's your tongue jack crank. And then this other one's going to be for your stabilizing jacks. It's going to allow you to manually crank your stabilizing jacks. Opposite side of the switch, if you look at the bottom of the stabilizing jack, you'll see a round rod and a roll pin sticking out. That's where that crank handle will go in order to manually crank that up and down. I'll show you here. That's bad. Right there, round rod, roll pin. That's your manual spot to crank that up and down. Switch for your front stabilizing jacks is right there. Water heater. This is a gas electric Dometic water heater. Drain cap here for it. 1 1/16 socket fits that. That goes on down here, and you're going to tighten it up. The only thing you're really doing out here is putting the drain plug on and taking it off. This will heat 6.2 gallons an hour on electric. It's like 13.5 gallons an hour on gas, and if you run them both together, it's 19.5 gallons per hour. So it's just a fast recovery if you run them both together. You can run one at a time or both at the same time. It doesn't matter. If water sits in this tank, you don't empty it or cycle it. Within a week, so between camping trips, if you don't move the water in there, it gets stagnant. It'll start to, you'll get stinky water. That's why I would always recommend draining the tank. If you guys are done camping, just pull that drain plug out and drain it. Pressure relief valve here, this will relieve the pressure from the system. It's going to spit water and stuff out. When there's nothing coming out of that, then it's safe to pull that plug. Otherwise, turning on's all done. All the switches inside, I'll show you when we get in here. Wheel bearings should be repacked every 2 years or 10,000 miles, whatever comes first. Furnace vent right here, and just remember that does blow hot air out of it when it's running, so tables, chairs, that kind of thing up against the camper sometimes. You just gotta be careful of. Cable satellite inputs and the power if you want to hook a TV up out here. And now we're inside. Battery button, you push this, it's going to indicate the level of the battery on the camper. Because we are plugged in, your power converter is putting a trickle charge to your battery every time you plug it in. So that's why that shows it. And then your tanks are going to register empty to full. Water pump switch, this is your on and lights. The gas side to your water heater, electric side to your water heater. Tank heater, light switches again, and then your awning and your slide switches. Your fire extinguishers right here next to the door on the right. We'll go into the bathroom quick. Roof vent in the ceiling in here. This is gonna, I always recommend the max air coverage to get a fan. I'd recommend the Max Air Cover, because the Max Air Cover is going to allow you to leave that vent open all the time so that you can get airflow in here without letting the water and debris in your camper. They're louvered on the outside. It's a cover that goes on that. It protects that lid from sun damage. I mean, there's a lot of good benefits. Think of it like a house. Your camper roof needs airflow just like a house. So you want to leave that open so that it can ventilate. And the more vents you have with covers on them, the better. Again, a house, roof vents and vents the heat and moisture out. That does the same thing for your RV. Foot pedal on the floor, you're going to push down a little bit. It puts water in the bowl. You push it all the way, it dumps. Otherwise, this is just a shower. Sink. And this actually has 3 vents, and I would recommend the Smoke Max Air ones. Being you got 3 of them. Thermostat. This shows the temperature right now that it is in here. You hit the button again. It goes to fan, low, fan high, cool, low, auto, cool, high, auto, and then heat. And then if we go the other way, it's off. We'll go all the way back to the auto high, and I'm going to turn this down so the air conditioner will kick on. And this down here is going to be your carbon monoxide LP detector. That's one of the reasons, or one of the things that drain the battery dead, right? That's hardwired to the system. So, stovetop, sparker for the burners and the oven. Burners are the 3 in the center. Oven is the next one. To light the oven, you're going to put it on the pilot. You're going to push this in, hold it. While that's held, you're going to spark this. Once it lights down there, bottom back corner of the oven, you're going to hold that for 5-10 seconds. You let off, it should stay lit. Then you can adjust this to whatever temp you were shooting for, okay? Lights. And the sparkers, you're just going to turn them on and spark it, and it'll light them. Antenna booster. I believe that switch there is like your Wi-Fi or antenna key TV booster reception thing. Blue lights back there, kind of sweet. Another vent right directly over the bed. Bed lifts up, you should have storage under that as well. This here's your refrigerator. So power button, when we push this and hold it for about 5 seconds, it'll shut off. Turn it on, same thing, push, hold. Takes a second. Temp down, temp up. This is showing you your freezer, fridge, and then this is going to be your night mode. When you go to night mode, basically you're shutting the compressor off so it doesn't run as often. It slows it down so it doesn't drain your battery dead. Alright, and with all that said and done, everybody gets a 10% off parts card. Again, just present this to them at parts. They give you 10% off whatever you purchase, okay? It's nice, especially if you're buying a big ticket item. Our phone number up top, this is a little cheat sheet we make up for you guys. Again, any questions, concerns, 989-752-6262 is our number. Please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. I'll do whatever I can to answer the questions you may have. Tire torque, tire pressure, water heater valves, water pump valves. I mean, this is just tells you where everything's located. And on the back, I draw out this little diagram so you kind of see how the water heater valve should look. And it looks a little different back there. This is actually like a loop that comes straight off the back of the water heater. It's a little hard to draw, so I do this. It's the same basic concept. The way the valve is turned, the way it's pointing, like it, as you see in the summer setup here, the valve handle's going with the line. It's open to that line. If it goes across it, it's closed. So summer, winter. And by doing that, it only takes 2 gallons of RV antifreeze for winterization. So this here is just our virtual demo page. Kind of gives you a price list, kind of an idea what things cost. And the sad part about it is prices have fluctuated up and down. I mean, so much this year due to COVID. Again, my name's Luke. Our number's on top. Price list kind of gives you an idea what you're going to spend on things. This is parts, labor out the door. That's what that price is. I can't say out the door, I guess. It's parts and labor. And then you'll have tax on that, yeah. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. The last things I like to talk about is our paint and fabric protection. If you apply paint and fab on any fabric inside, any vinyl, leather, fabric, or carpet on the inside gets treated, you get a 5-year warranty for any kind of rips, tears, stains, or burns. On the outside, we give it put a ceramic coating on it, which goes on the awning fabric outside, along with the side walls of your camper. Protects you from any kind of sun damage. Makes your camper look newer longer. And I do mean, you put that stuff on, you take a camper that was treated now, in 5 years pulling up the same camper that wasn't treated, noticeably different. One's shiny, looks new, the other one, you can just tell it's starting to fade. So definitely something I like to recommend. But if you roll that into your financing, you're talking anywhere from $15 to $20 more a month on your payments. But again, it gives you that 5-year warranty inside and out. So if you got pets and kids, it's something I'd really recommend. Last thing we're going to talk about is our extended service contract. Now that covers any of the major mechanical parts of your camper. So your camper right now, Sunset Trail, comes with a 1-year manufacturer warranty. Once your warranty's up, you're on your own, right? So knowing that, anything in your camper, from the furnace, fridge, air conditioning, water heater, water pump, LP system, water lines, fittings, tanks, slide motors, mechanisms, parts in the suspension, parts in the hubs, all that stuff is covered under that extended service contract. So if any of that stuff were to fail on you, it's covered under warranty. You would pay your deductible on that, which I believe he sets up at $200. You'll pay your $200 deductible, and everything else is covered under that warranty. So you don't have to spend, $2,500 to buy a refrigerator and another $1,000 to have it installed. That's all taken care of in your warranty. So it's definitely a good thing. There's a couple features I like about it. One, it's prorated, so in 3 years you don't want the warranty no more. You cash it out, you get the difference back, what you had remaining on your 7 years. Another thing I like about it is it covers a mobile service. So say you were going up to the UP, you get all the way up there and you can't get your slide room to come out. Mind you, it's been more than your manufacturer warranty is all gone, because no matter what, that warranty trumps everything, and you got to use your manufacturer warranty at first. Once that warranty goes away, then the extended kicks in, right? So say we're 2 years out, you can't get your slide room out. You call the mobile guy up in the area, he comes out and he can service your camper, you pay your $200 deductible to him, whatever's broke he fixes, and that's all it costs you, was at $200. So it's, a good peace of mind knowing that stuff's covered under that warranty, if something were to happen. And I hope it don't, but yeah. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. If you guys have any kind of questions, feel free to give me a call at 989-752-6262. So the extended warranty, if you were to roll that into your financing, though, you're talking anywhere from $30 to $35 a month rolled into finance, as long as you got your financing allows it. Again, that's something that we could find out. Just give me a call and I'll get everything set up. Congratulations on your purchase, guys, and have a wonderful day.